So let's talk about some of the deals
Yeah.
you've done, some of the notable ones, because you've done, I think, most strategies that that you can do in property. So it'd be good to hear some of the good ones, some of the ones that would, maybe just the smaller ones to some of the
Yeah.
bigger projects you're working on.
Well, probably one of my best projects was a small one-bedroom flat in Dowen Hill in Glasgow, West End. So it's a popular place. We didn't really, we don't have a specific area that we go to, and we said, right, okay, let's look at the West End. Let's go. We would done a kind of couple or two or three low value, low ranking deals. Let's look at a bit bigger and go a bit more adventurous. So yeah, so we looked at one. It was in a swanky place in the West End. It was a bit of a shell. It was a kind of probate. Unfortunately, the old boy had died, passed away, and it was an executory. And this one, I know that you always, not always. One of the positive strategies is to source properties off market, and we have sourced properties off market. But this one was definitely on market. There was 60 viewers,
Wow.
11 bids, and it was offers over. I think the home report was 165, and we bid 37 grand over the home report. And you're thinking that's nuts. What are you playing at? But so 202 grand, and we were successful in winning that. Now, when I went in there, there was an area of the flat that was quite a spacious one bedroom flat. We think, well, can we turn that area into a two bed and make that a two bed? So we saw added value in that space. So we went on, and because again of my background and proactive approach, it was a listed building as well in a conservation area, all the nice stuff that you get with some of these properties in the West End. We went and got planning. In fact, actually, we did it. We managed to sneak back into the house after by asking a couple of daft questions about, is that a structural thing? We've got, again, because of my experience, I was able to ask enough questions to, yeah, well, you'll need to go back in and see that if it is. So I went in, and I took my tape measure, measured the whole thing up, gave all the information to the architect, and submitted a list of building consent and building warrant before I even owned the property. So it's a bit of a gamble, because you don't own the property until you actually own it, right? But we were quite confident about that as well. So we did a refurb, and it was all, I think it was 7 months. Oh, the refurb was 3 or 4 months, but by the time you complete, it was 7 months project. So the refurb cost is 37,000. All the other costs and expenses and LBTT and things was another 23 grand, so 60 all in. And so that value of that property is 165. We bought it for 202 and we sold it for 315 grand. Don't get me wrong, the market moved with us a wee bit as well. But that, I think that equated, it was quite a small, 54 square metres, equated to £525 a square foot of a sale price, which I think was nudging the ceiling price of that area for a one bedroom flat. But yeah, I mean, that was really exciting. So the overall profit, believe it or not, was 53 grand.
I was just about to say, because I just worked the numbers out myself. I'm so interested when I'm
Yeah,
looking at that. But
53 grand.
when you put that into perspective, and I love that you use that as an example, because most people think the only way to make money in property is to buy at discount, right? You paid way over,
Yes, frighteningly
and
over. It was
yeah,
a whole shit. It was a holy shit moment, by the way. I was thinking, oh, we've paid. Oh man, we can't go ahead with this. It's too. But what I was going to say was, in terms of that, we actually took a view saying like, oh, we overpaid, and not only that, we didn't get the mortgage, we didn't get the funding, so we had to get creative with finding
it's
the
right,
money.
because you're only going to get,
Yeah,
depending on the broker is, they might be look, or what lender they might be looking, going, you're way overpaid, so we're not going to
yeah,
give you that
yeah,
extra
yeah,
borrowing.
yeah. I know all that they undervalued it because it was a shell and it wasn't actually rentable in its current
Yeah.
condition. And we didn't know bridging at the time, even though you taught it. So yeah, so we did. So yeah, we. But as you say, what happens is you double down, don't you? And you
Yeah.
go and find the money, and you
Yeah.
go and we leveraged things with other things. Got creative with credit cards and such like. Spoke to a nice joiner and things like that as well. So we managed to go ahead with it and fund it. So, but it was a what the fuck have we done? Oh god.